In today's video, we are going to be discussing some questions that you guys had on our journey here with having a baby and planning it out and everything. But we do really want to get into Ash's point of view of the whole thing, her take on it, even the process that we chose, so that you guys can really understand why that process is the best one for us. And there's like multiple things that go into it, and then that way you can understand why it's so important that we go this route before even trying any other way. So if you want to kind of get deeper into things, then keep watching. Okay, so let's start with a couple questions that you guys had, because we want to make sure that you guys get your questions answered, and then if anybody else didn't want to ask, we can answer it for them too. And you guys know that we are pretty open, so any questions you guys have, we really, for the most part, answer it. I don't even remember a question that we don't answer, so let's go ahead and get into it. I know that you guys were asking, you know, why or if we are going to be getting married first. So, no, we're not. We're not going to get married, and it's just more because of time. We do really want a big wedding, and that can be done at any point in our lives. It doesn't have to be right now. Right now, we are committed to one another. Marriage is not going to make us any more committed, and having a baby is has a time constraint on it, so we can't just you can't just have a baby anytime, and that's why we decided to go this route first, because we do really want a baby so bad together. So I hope that answers your question.
So we will get married, yes. Just not right now.
You know, when someone proposes.
Which, again, is not right now. Because there's no time restriction.
So not, like, right on this video?
I'm sorry, no. But there is a proposal in the future. So that'll be a whole nother journey for you guys to be on with us. So, you know, just stay tuned for that. Because there will be. I promise with everything I have that there will be a wedding. But right now, the baby part is more important because the clock is ticking, so.
Agreed. So, and we both agree on that, so, you know, I'm happy with our decision. Another question that you guys did ask is if we have talked to Bella at all about it. And we do ask her sometimes, like, hey, Bella, hey, babe, do you want a little brother or sister? And she'll say, like, mm-hmm. But I don't think she really understands what that means. So we do ask her, and she does say yes. But like I said, I don't even know if she knows what she's answering. I do know that she loves little babies. She's really good at taking care of them. She knows that they're younger than her, so she's more gentle with them. And she likes to take care of them. And I know that she would be the greatest big sister ever. So, yeah. She would be excited, I'm sure. She loves having little kids to play with, even if it is a younger kid. So, that's that question. And if we do miss any questions in this video, feel free to ask. Again, comment on this video any questions that you have. And while you're commenting, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. Just thought I'd throw it in there. But the next one is one that kind of comes up a lot. And it's not just this question, but it's others like it, which I cannot answer, but Ash definitely can for some of them. Some of them, you know, we can both answer, but really the main question is, well, why not do it this way? So why not try having a baby this way? So in our last video, we, well, in our first video, we mentioned that we wanted to do Co IVF, which would be taking Ash's eggs and having them fertilize and then injecting me. That way I'm carrying Ash's baby. So that's Co IVF. And that is the process that we want to go through. We have, like we told you, we have thought about other options too. We take them into consideration, but this is our number one. And we feel that this is the best way, and this is what we want and feel in our hearts to do. Now, in our last video, we did explain how much it cost and, you know, struggling with getting help financially with it as far as loans and stuff like that. We are struggling with that. We're not giving up. We're still trying. But in order for us to get, you know, and have a baby the way we want to, it's just gonna take a little bit harder work on our part, and we're just keeping up hope that it's not impossible. So we wanted to kind of get into why this option, and why don't we just try something else instead of working really hard on that number one option and just going with something else. Because I know questions like, well, can you have someone in your family donate sperm?
Do you know anybody, you know, that's not family, just maybe friends or something that can donate sperm?
How about Raquel just get artificially inseminated, and then we can have a baby that way? Yes, all those things may be options that are out there, but the reason why we just want to get into this, into our way, like the way we like really dream, is because number one, I would love more than anything to carry Ash's baby. Just imagine, you know, I'm sure a lot of you know with having kids that like carrying your spouse's baby is a feeling that is indescribable. And, you know, especially when you found the love of your life, the person who's perfect for you, you just want to carry their baby. And that is very, very important to us. So just and also huge for us because, you know, with being a same-sex couple, they have a way that we can make that happen, and where I can carry her baby and we both have a part in it. I bond with the baby while they are in my belly, and it's Ashley's baby. So, you know, she has that connection that way. That's like one of the top. Now, I want Ashley to explain some of the other parts of it because, you know, Ashley, obviously, if she is a female and she can carry a baby as long as everything's fine there, but there's reasons why she wouldn't, because we do want her. I have Bella, who is my blood, and we do want Ashley to also have her blood too, and to get that experience too. And of course, she can carry. She can get pregnant, have a baby that way. But you want to talk a little bit about why that is not our number one option? Yeah. Not out the equation.
It's not. It's the
probably like
the last resort. So not. I mean, I don't know if everybody knows, but I mean, if you follow us, then you have an idea of what I'm about to say. But so I'm not comfortable in my own body. I hate being a female. I don't think I was born to be a female. So, you know, so I struggle with that every single day, being trapped in a body that I don't want to be in. So now just imagine getting pregnant and your boobs getting bigger, the rest of you getting bigger. You got to go to all these doctor's appointments and having people all up in your shit so many times. And then once it gets down to the the very end of the pregnancy. It's like an every week thing. And then imagine going to the hospital and having the baby. And you have this gigantic head pushing out of this little hole, and everybody's there to see it. And just imagine how that would feel to somebody who is not comfortable in a female body. It's uncomfortable to even talk about. It's a struggle every single day, and that's not something that I want. I'm not saying I will never do it. If we have to do it that way to have a baby, then I will absolutely suck up how I feel to have a baby, for us to have, you know, that family that we're dreaming of. But, you know, it's not, and some people might think that's selfish, that I feel that way, and that's, you know, why not just choose that way instead of going through the struggle emotionally and financially to afford the way we want it. And you can think it's selfish, but until you are struggling with yourself and how you feel about yourself, you'll never understand. So if someone comes along this video that happens to be transgender, because that's exactly what I am describing, then they will understand how I feel. Being trapped in a body that you don't want and being somebody that you don't want to be. So imagine feeling that way and then having a baby. Not the best feeling, but that's not out of the equation. So I will get pregnant if I have to, but I have a woman next to me who loves being a female, embraces her female side, and can have a baby.
Yeah, so, and although I can't understand it 100% because I do not feel that way, I love being a female, and I am a female, but to anybody who just can't understand it and can't grasp it, like, the way I look at it is when I was pregnant and when I had the baby, and, you know, when you're breastfeeding and all that, you know what you feel. You feel so much like a woman, like, that's part of, like, what makes you a woman. And imagine feeling so much like a woman, and in that moment, like, when you are having the baby and you are breastfeeding and all of that, now just imagine if that made you uncomfortable. Now this is the part we're talking about that is making you feel the most woman you've ever felt. Now just imagine someone being uncomfortable with that. Now you're like, whoa. Like, that's the most woman I ever felt. That's got to be even worse, you know, like, for her, because it's kind of, you know, at its ultimate high, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I don't want to deal with the monthly issues I got to deal with. I don't want to deal with having to put a sports bra on. I don't want to deal with any of that. I want to be me and live as me, and unfortunately I can't. So I have to deal with it every single day. And that's a struggle enough. So imagine being pregnant. But like I said, that is not out of the equation. So I don't want anybody to think that just because I'm uncomfortable and everything that Kel just explained, that we will never have a baby. Like, I will never give birth. Because I will. If it's the last option on earth, I will have a baby so we can have a family. But she is more than able to carry. And although it won't be my child, you know, we could still have a baby that way. And it'll suck if I don't have my own blood, but, you know, at least we'll have a family. So,
yeah. But, you know, we are choosing the option because we do really want to have her blood, and we want both of us to be in the process, because if we end up artificially inseminating me, then it takes Ash out of the equation, and we're back to what, like, our dream, like, is. Like, we're back to not being able to live out that dream. So that is why we're trying so hard to do it the first option, which is Co IVF, and really trying to, like, do anything we can. We're not gonna stop until we know for sure that it's, like, okay, it's not happening.
You don't give up on your dreams, and this is just the beginning of the journey. And although we got a couple no's and it's been a rough week, or now approaching 2 weeks. It's not going to stop us from going that way. So it's going to take a little bit more than a no from insurance and the fertility clinic telling us it's $20,000 to $30,000 to do this. It's going to take more than that for us to not try to live out our dream.
Now, we both did take the news really hard, and, you know, for me, I'm always thinking about, okay, not the bad news that we got, but, okay, how are we going to make this happen? So that's my mindset. So it's hard for me to get stuck in that sad part where I'm like, oh my gosh, we're not going to be able to do this. And I just start putting my mind to work, like, okay, we could try this and this and this. And that's where I go. I think Ash took it a little bit harder because of the way she feels about being a woman and the fact that she is female. If you want to explain that too, like how you feel about not being able to just go ahead and try naturally.
Yeah, so it's so feeling the way I feel is obviously it obviously is upsetting, and to just be with somebody that you are in love with and want to have a baby with and plan from the very beginning until, you know, whatever, and not be able to just, we could practice all we want, but it's just not going to happen. And that sucks when you inside feel like you should be the opposite gender. And it sucks that I can't just impregnate her, because in my head, and if I could redo life all over, that's how it would be. So to go through all of this and hear how hard it's going to be when, like, in my mind, I live life as a male. And yeah, I have female tendencies and stuff like that. But they're not, like, overly female. So I could be living the life of a metrosexual man. So it's not, you know, a big deal. But to feel that way about yourself, and then to look in the eyes of a woman that you love who wants to carry your baby so bad, and we can't just go and have it happen, is quite hard. So, you know, and then you have all these things in your head nobody wants to go through. How hard it's going to be. And the fear that it might not happen. It sucks.
And you know what? Like, I'm emotional right now, but I think it's more because, like, I couldn't imagine how she's feeling. Like, I don't like to see her upset. And she said to me, like, numerous times, like, every day since we found out how expensive, and every time we get, you know, a bad news about being able to try to get money, like, it takes a toll on her. And she says something to me like, or you could just see it in her eyes, or, like, she starts having a bad day, and it's just because she just feels like it's kind of on her that things are not happening for us, and that's not how it is. And she feels like she's crushing my dreams at the same time, and that's not it either. Like, I will be happy whichever way we have a baby. Of course, like, our number one is Co IVF, like we said, but I don't like how hard she takes it. But it is because, you know, she feels the way she feels about being a female, and thinking that that's not how things are supposed to be. And so, you know, she takes it a lot harder, and that's like breaking my heart.
Because it feels like it's the end of the road. It does. It feels like it's never gonna happen. You know, I want to make her dreams come true, but I want to make my dreams come true. And then, you know, my thought process, it doesn't all match up. And I have been an emotional wreck. I mean, I am so happy for people who are expecting and who can get pregnant, and I am in no way, shape, or form, like, I don't look at a pregnant woman and be like, why does she have to be pregnant? No, I don't. It's beautiful and I'm happy. But when I look at a pregnant woman, it kills me right now. And everywhere I look right now, everybody is pregnant. All over Facebook, there's all kinds of, like, fertility stuff all over Facebook. I went to the doctor's the other day for my finger, and sure enough, the nurses got a big old belly. We went to eat today with my mom, and there was babies everywhere, and I just, you know, started crying, like now, and it kills me. And I'm happy for them, but I hurt because it's gonna cost us our entire life to get to where that particular person is. And it's not just easy. And we don't know what these people went through. It might not have been 1, 2, 3 for them either, but they're getting to enjoy that. And they're getting to have a baby with the person that they absolutely love. And I can't do that right now. So, so that kills me.
It's okay.
And, but I know that it'll happen, and, you know, we just pray that it happens the way we want it to, and we're not gonna give up until, like Kel said, we get that hard stop. But on my part, and like she said, I've taken it harder, you know, on my part, it just feels like it's the end of the road. And
but it's not, honey.
I know.
And
I battle a lot of stuff in my head, and Kel just looks at me, and she doesn't even need to say anything, and I could just cry out of nowhere. So it sucks, and it sucks to go through it. It's not like I'm going through it like Kel, where, you know, it's different the way she handles it and why she gets upset versus the way I handle it and why I get upset. And it really, really sucks to be so emotional over this, because I look at us like, yes, we are a same-sex couple, but, you know, in my head, that's not how it is in my head. And it just sucks that I can't just impregnate her like that. So, but
you know that anyway we have kids, it's gonna be perfect.
It is, absolutely.
Because it's with each other, so.
I agree.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, honey. Give me a kiss.
So,
so this video, I'm hoping, is not as long as we see it is. But, you know, we can do another Q&A if you guys like. You know, maybe it'll be less emotional than this one.
Probably not.
Another thing you guys suggested, which is great, is for us to set up something like a GoFundMe to be able to help out. And we were actually contemplating whether we wanted to do it or not, because we are both the same way, where we really want to do it on our own. But at the same time, a lot of people were messaging us, and a lot of people were commenting and suggesting that we do this, and it's because you guys really wanted to help. So we decided to create a PayPal pool, and that's because instead of like with GoFundMe, you have to pay a percentage, and that's your hard-earned money, and you guys are trying to help us out, and we don't want it to be, you know, sucked up. So if you guys want to help us out, we're gonna leave the link down below, and it goes through PayPal, and you guys know how secure PayPal is, so you guys are more than welcome to do it that way. You don't have to. If you guys just want to share the link, that is helpful too. And we're going to be fully transparent as far as what we're using it for. So we want to thank the people who have already donated.
Yes, thank you very much.
And if you can't, don't worry about it. But for those who wanted it, we have it down in the description. So, like I said, leave down any questions that you want answered below. And I know this video was another baby video, so we should be doing maybe like
should have another regular video uploaded. Baby videos are bonus videos, so we'll have one of our regular videos uploaded as well. So we just wanted to touch base on this. We really hope that you guys we hope that this was a little bit more of an insight to my feelings. I didn't go 100% deep because clearly you saw that I couldn't even make it through the little bit that I said. But I do hope that you can somewhat put yourself in my shoes and just understand in my eyes where I stand with this process and how I feel and why certain options are really not an option. Using family or a friend for a sperm donor is not an option either. Technically, I'm sure it could be an option, but that is not part of our option. You know, we just hope that you guys really get how we feel in this video or my point of view. And like Kel said, you know, let us know what you thought below. If you have other questions, we can do another Q&A part. But until then, you know, we hope that you continue on this journey with us.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys soon.